Look at this dude crying over here. Still getting no viewers. Ouch. Keep crying. Alrighty, as people are just starting to file in, we're right in the midst of the trade deadline. Make sure you guys share and whatever. Make sure you guys subscribe to the account and whatever. I don't know if I'll be live till the deadline ends. I'll be tweeting and stuff like that if I get any info and stuff like that. Make sure you guys go retweet what I just tweeted, the live on the Open Table Sports YouTube right now, answering questions and talking about the NFL trade deadline. Make sure you guys go like and retweet that and whatever. I don't know which microphone this is coming out of, if it's my laptop or not. I think it might be this one. Yeah, it might be my Snowball. Any new updates on Le'Veon Bell and will he be traded? Right now, the asking price is pretty high for him, so that's it's going to be pretty hard. Let me move this down. I got ESPN on in the background. The asking price is very high. He was a name that came up late. Came up today, just a couple hours before the deadline. But he's an interesting name that popped up. Someone asked me last night on the live stream that I did on Twitter if he would be available, and I said he would probably get traded if there were teams interested, and now teams have called. It wasn't really the Jets shopping him. It was teams calling them interested in trading for him. So it wasn't really them going out to other teams and shopping him around. Will he be traded? I don't think so, unless a team wows them within the next hour. It's 2:45 right now in Connecticut, which is where I'm from. Any Packers news, bro? Right now, as I keep saying this, the asking price for teams is a lot right now. They keep asking teams about certain players, but the asking price is just not where they want it to be. Make sure you guys go shoot a like over to this too. The view to like ratio is very off. But the Packers news, there's really none. As long as you're active, you have a shot. I'll just run down what I've tweeted so far today. Let me go to the bottom. I did have the Jamal Adams news thing last night. But can't always get credit for what you do. Let me go to the first tweet of the day. I've been tweeting a lot today. That's NHL. Jets looking to trade Le'Veon Bell before the deadline. Desmond Trufant is unlikely to be dealt. That was another thing from the day. The Browns do not want to give up a first-rounder for Redskins left tackle Trent Williams. I don't believe the Adam Schefter report that they were asking for Denzel Ward. I don't believe that to be true. There's no way they'd get that. It's just untrue. Adam Gase never liked Le'Veon Bell from the beginning, so it's not too surprising, especially because he shouldn't have gone there in the first place. It's kind of a dumb thing to do. Titans quarterback Marcus Mariota is a name to watch for that hasn't been talked about. The organization said they don't want to trade him, but they are bringing quarterbacks for tryouts that aren't practice squad eligible. So they're going to either have to get rid of Tannehill or get rid of Mariota, but Tannehill has looked good, so I don't know why they'd get rid of him. The Chiefs and Texans have the most interest in Jets running back Le'Veon Bell right now. Their asking price is very high, though. Falcons released kicker Matt Bryant. And then they signed Young-Ho Koo. He's an idiot. Bengals are going to start Ryan Finley at quarterback after the bye week. Patriots have interest in Tyler Eifert. Not really that much news, as I've said it before. Let me see here. Thanks. All right, yeah. Andy Dalton to the Bears would make too much sense. It's funny that they benched him on his birthday but is what it is. Nothing you can do. Falcons have been actively shopping players. They were kind of coy a couple days ago, but now they're really starting to go out there and try to get rid of people. Dallas and Adam. Yeah, someone said Dallas and Adams close. I was already speculating on that last night. So anybody who watched the live stream, they had that news a little bit earlier. I talked about him to the Cowboys specifically. Anything on the Steelers? Steelers haven't been that active. Depending on what's up with James Conner, they might pick up a lower level running back, but I think Snell is going to get a lot of looks for them coming up. The likely landing spots, if Melvin Gordon does get traded, is the Bills, the Lions, and the Eagles. Are the Rams adding any more people? Getting rid of the Talib contract, they're going to use that money to sign Jalen Ramsey. I don't believe so. If they do, it'll probably be getting rid of other veteran players that they don't want. Other than that, they'll be keeping receivers. They'll be keeping the tight ends. If anything, they'll be adding players. The Jets are asking for more than a first rounder for Jamal Adams, which is obvious. Chiefs are active in the corner and linebacker market, as I tweeted weeks ago. But yeah, they've been talking to teams. A lot of this stuff I already said last night. I'm just here to update people who didn't watch last night. So if you didn't watch, some of this stuff is new to you. If you guys have any specific questions, that'd be cool too. Packers should go for it and use a third on Robbie Anderson. What do you think, bro? I think that'd be a good trade. I mean, they need another. They don't have a wide receiver that can take the top off of a defense. Adams is good, but he doesn't really get downfield like a speedy type of guy. But Anderson can do that. That would totally change their offense, give them another reliable receiver. The Rams, they traded cornerback Aqib Talib in a 5th rounder to the Dolphins for a future draft pick. That was probably the biggest trade and basically only trade today. Other than that, even that trade wasn't that big. Aqib Talib's still on IR. Who knows if he even plays this year? He might be back in a few weeks. But nothing really crazy there. There's an trade. Getting all this NBA news right now. I got to turn this guy's tweets off. The Broncos are looking for a 2nd-round pick for Chris Harris. Have you heard anything in Levante David? I speculated last night that he could be moved as a late guy. Just because there haven't been that many linebackers on the market. So he might be one of those guys to kind of just sit back and might be moved late. Yeah. But yeah, multiple team. What does this say? Dang, it's 3:00. Basically, no one get. Yeah, there really hasn't been that many trades. If Le'Veon Bell goes somewhere, it'll probably be the Chiefs. They could send back one of their many running backs that they've gotten calls on. Hang on, let me tweet this out. I said. Hang on, guys, don't leave. Because you don't want to miss stuff. Because I had a lot of stuff last night that I said that people missed, and then people got mad because I started tweeting out that I had it before them. So let me see. I have a lot of updates here. Whoa. This is getting nuts. The Jets will not be trading running back Le'Veon Bell. It's going to be tough, guys, because I got a tweet here. Make sure you stay on because you'll get stuff a lot quicker than me tweeting it. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything too. Any news on Josh Gordon waiver of release? Yeah. Are there going to be a lot of releases in the next couple days? So keep an eye on those. There's also going to be a lot of free agents, like Antonio Brown, who's been sitting on the shelf for a little bit, who will most likely get picked up. There have been teams interested in Antonio Brown ever since he got released from the Patriots weeks ago. No plans of trading outside linebacker Von Miller. I tell you, I've been busy. I'm in my office / room right now. What do you think the price is for Jamal? Yeah, they're asking for a first plus. The Cowboys are close with them. Steelers, they've been pretty quiet. They haven't really been doing much. Let me see this. I don't want to miss anything because I'd rather tweet it out. I don't know. This Cowboys Adams thing is starting to get it's starting to get pretty spicy. I've heard they're close. I've also heard that, Jets asking price is pretty high. But yeah, let me go back to the questions. Where do you think Le'Veon Bell ends up? It's got to be the Chiefs. OJ Howard, AJ Green. OJ Howard's not likely to be traded as of now unless some team wows them with the last minute offer. And the next half hour, you're going to be seeing a lot of teams kind of back off of players, and you're also going to be seeing teams kind of push up on players. So you're going to be seeing it both ways. You'll be seeing teams kind of back off because of asking prices, but right now, dude, people are clowns. Someone just tweeted us and said, "Didn't you say that the Eagles were trading for Jalen Ramsey?" No, we reported that they made an offer for Jalen Ramsey. This is the problem. People don't know how to read. This is why I go at people in the mentions, because they don't know how to read. And that's the problem. There's a difference between speculation and there's, just me thinking of something and reporting it. You got to read the words and read between the lines. Dumbasses, I'm sure, that was a good one. Eagles are not getting Jalen Ramsey, though. Let me see this. My phone is going nuts. Anybody? All right, hang on. If you have questions, ask in the chat on YouTube. Make sure you guys subscribe too. Hang on. There's a lot of updates here, and I don't want to miss anything for you guys. So if I stop talking, it's because I have to tweet something out or something happened. Teams have been talking to the Redskins and given offers for running back Adrian Peterson. Lately, Trent Williams and the Redskins haven't had too much of a good relationship. What are the Eagles doing? The Eagles have been talking to a lot of people. But yeah, thank you guys for vouching for predictions. Yeah, I think the Lions are going to sit back. Green Bay has been. I don't think the Lions are going to do anything. I don't think they're going to sell anyone. If anything, it's going to be Slay. Other than that, I don't think they do too much. I think they'll sit back at running back. I think they'll go with who they're rocking with lately. I'm not even going to look at the Twitter. If I get information on a trade, I'll tweet it. Other than that, I'm not going to look at the Twitter. So the Patriots have had interest in Tyler Eifert. That's another trade I think will go down. But this trade deadline has been a dud. Other than some trades in the past few weeks, there hasn't been that many trades. So what are you going to do? I just got in here. Is there any Mike Evans to the Eagles is kind of what the Eagles fans, they made up. The Patriots are cutting kicker Mike Nugent, so they might be in the kicker market. Hey, who knows? Maybe they trade for someone. Let me tweet this out there. So Mike Nugent gone in New England. Yeah, they might go after Matt Bryant, as this guy said. Here we go. Something's going down right now.
We are going to look at what we've seen so far today, not to mention what we may see going forward in the next hour. Literally 1 hour now and 30 some odd
I don't know. I'm keeping that muted because I'll hear whatever through text or DM. So we'll see. 37 people on right now. Tell a friend, tell a pal. I'm updating you guys and everything. Anything on Hooper lately? Falcons are not really likely to get rid of him just because he's young and his contract isn't that big. Plus, he gives them production. Patriots could go after Matt Bryant. I think that'd be good. Packers got to stop being cheap. Yeah, I know. They don't like the asking prices for a lot of players. That's why they've kind of cooled off. Devontae Freeman likely getting shipped or staying. The Falcons have been getting calls on Devontae Freeman, depending on what they want to do with him. Anything on the Chiefs, they've been looking at cornerbacks and linebackers. They've also been getting calls on their running backs. I bet Chiefs don't make a move. It doesn't seem likely the Chiefs will make a move. If you haven't made a move by now, you're not likely to make one in the next hour. But yeah, if you're watching this and you don't follow Open Table Sports, make sure you shoot Open Table Sports a follow on Twitter. Let me see what else people said. What about the Rams? They got rid of Talib. I don't think they're going to do much more. I don't think they're going to do much more than that. Anybody who's on the Twitter right now, let me see this. We have an hour towards the deadline. Give me some of your guys' hot picks to get traded, and then I'll react to those. AJ Green to the Packers. I don't know. Their asking price for him has been it's been pretty high. They wanted they're not going to trade Von Miller. I just did an update on that. They're not likely to trade Von Miller, and he was never technically on the market. But Eifert or Howard to the Pats. I think Howard's going to stay in Tampa. I think Eifert does get moved, though. If Eifert goes somewhere, I believe it's the Seahawks or the Patriots. Those are two teams that have been asking about him lately. Chris Harris to the Rams. That could be another thing. I know they might be looking for another cornerback because they're going to sign Jalen Ramsey. They got rid of Peters and Talib. Let's see. The Chiefs, they did inquire about Le'Veon Bell, but that trade will not be made. Maybe Hooper to the Pats. I don't think that will get done. Robbie Anderson to the Packers is still on the table, but I think the two places that Robbie Anderson goes is the Raiders or the Eagles. I said this a couple of days ago on the Twitter. Any QBs likely to get moved? Marcus Mariota. I said him before. He might get moved. Andy Dalton, but the Bengals said they're not going to trade him. They want to see how the young quarterback does late in the season. That's why they're having him start. Andy Dalton to the Bears. O-line help to the Rams. I did speculate on that last night on the live stream on my Twitter. So that was another thing I said. Devontae Parker to the Packers. That was another wide receiver that I linked to Green Bay just because of the lower price tag. How do you think Ryan Finley does? He's a good quarterback. NC State now has him, Jacoby Brissett, Phillip Rivers, and someone else I forget that are starting in the NFL. Let me see. Eagles need secondary help. Eagles have contacted the Broncos about Chris Harris. They've also contacted the Cardinals about Patrick Peterson. So they've contacted the Lions about Darius Slay. So they are very active in the cornerback market. Cordy Glenn is likely to get moved. They've been shopping him around. Oh, Russell Wilson. Oh, no, Russell Wilson went to Russell Wilson didn't go to NC State. He went to like Wisconsin or something like that. Melvin Gordon to the Lions. Lions are linked to Melvin Gordon. He transferred, something like that. Yeah, he transferred to Wisconsin. But yeah, Trent Williams, he's not likely to get moved. They want him. They want a lot for him. Let me see what's going on here. Updates galore. So Matt Bryant to the Patriots is the likely landing spot for him. So you guys can add us in that. So Matt Bryant to the Patriots, not confirmed yet, but is highly likely and is the probable landing destination. So if you guys, see me tweet about it tomorrow, don't get mad. A lot of the things in here I said stuff last night on the live stream. It ended up being true today. I got reported by the big guys. But people say that since we don't have a check mark, we're not right. I always say we, but I'm the only one here. I feel like an idiot because I'm in, my office / room, whatever anyone wants to call it. Is what I do. But yeah, any other questions? People always ask, what's my favorite football team? I am a Chargers fan. Yes, I am. Pretty proud Chargers fan. I mean, I have the Bolt tattooed on my shoulder, so I got to get that out there. Let me see. It's starting to slow down. The rumors kind of picked up about a half hour ago, and then they fell. Things were getting hot, interest and stuff like that, and then they just kind of dove back down. Make sure you guys like this. There's 30 viewers right now and 4 likes. I don't hold it against you, LOL. Anything on the Chargers? Only thing is teams asking about Melvin Gordon. They've been getting calls on him for months, ever since, he had his holdout start. They got that bullshit trade offer from the Eagles, Jordan Howard in a mid-pick swap, which is kind of bullshit. But yeah, anything on the Chiefs, as I said before, they're looking for cornerback and linebacker. I speculated last night that they would go for Preston Brown from the Bengals. They've been shopping him around. So that's another thing. And Janoris Jenkins from the Giants. If I had to pick trade for them to kind of fill up that defense, it would be Jenkins from the Giants and Brown from the Bengals. If they did make a move, Chiefs have been active. They've been talking to teams, and Eagles. The two most active teams have been the Eagles and have been the Chiefs. Any Texans news? Texans are looking for a defensive end. They've been active in that market. If I had to say for someone they would trade for is Derek Wolfe from the Broncos. The Texans are willing to part with a second rounder to get someone that they need. So that's been a position since J.J. Watt is out for the season. With his torn pec, they think they're in playoff contention. They added that Tunsil, they added Stills, all of them. Do you think Brady actually plays for another team next year? I don't know. Darius Slay, someone finally asked. Eagles made a serious inquiry on him. Darius Slay's agent did say, he wanted the Lions to pull the trigger on that. That was another big thing. That was news yesterday that we reported. before all the big names. I say big names because everyone thinks they're big names just because they have a check mark and a lot of followers. You don't need followers and a check mark to be right. I mean, it shows with us. I mean, just in the past month, we've gotten about 500 followers. You don't have to have a check mark to have sources and be right. That's just how it goes. But Slay is not likely to be moved. Is asking price just way too high. You surprised Hayes been a dud so far? You're expecting more trades today? I was expecting more trades today. I don't know. There were just so many names, especially in the cornerback market. You know, Talib going to the Dolphins. I don't know. Speaking of the Dolphins, I'll bring this bad boy out. Dan Marino signed game helmet. So I might have to put this on and go play QB for them. But yeah, I got a lot of sports memorabilia on my desk. It seems that everybody's asking prices. I talked about it last night. Asking prices are astonishingly high. They are not in a good spot. Players where their talent is here and their age is here, their asking price is here. So it's way too crazy. Here we go. I got to start replying to some people. I love when people say, who's your source? Hang on. Panthers. Yeah, someone said Panthers aren't going to do anything. They were looking in the wide receiver market for a little bit. They just don't have much to give up. They're in a flux. They're in a flux with their quarterback position, what they want to do with Cam. I'm surprised they haven't traded Cam yet, to be honest. If I'm the Bears, I would have already been calling if I'm the Bears, to be honest. But Bears, they have been active. Let me see. Some people are asking questions. Do you think it all goes down at 4 p.m.? There can be trades after the deadline at 4 o'clock and beyond. There can be some more, paperwork to be filed. Who calls the Skins on AP? I did say earlier the Redskins have gotten calls on Adrian Peterson. I saved some of this stuff to go live. So there's some inside stuff I did not even talk about, on Twitter, but I saved it for now, for the people who come on here and are loyal. So if you're loyal, you can get the inside stuff. Just don't DM us asking questions. You can DM me if it's like a cool question, you're nice about it. But if you're saying what's up with the Chiefs, I'll tweet you any updates. But if you're going to be cool about it, that's fine. Robbie Anderson, as I said before, Raiders and Eagles, those are the two teams to watch for him. Who called the Skins on AP? My guess is the Chiefs. I know they have LaShawn McCoy. He hasn't been doing much. He's on the older side, but so is AP. But AP, he's in the top 20, I think in the top 15 in rushing yards this season. So he can still produce. You put him, with an offense. Yeah, Geis did return to practice. I think it was yesterday he did. But AP is still producing, and that's with a bad offensive line. You put him in front of or in back of a good offensive line. Patrick Peterson will not be traded before the deadline. So that's another update there. Marcus May from the Jets, he's getting interest from teams, and he's expected to possibly be moved if talks keep going. That's another name to watch out for. Possibly, if things fall apart with the Cowboys, he could go to the Cowboys. And the Adams talk. Let me see here. Because I'm getting texts, I'm getting DMs, everything. I'm getting everything sent to me. It's a crazy time. I legit took off of work today and I'm not in the office just so I can tweet all this bullshit. If Packers want to make a move, got to make it now. Yeah, a lot of teams, if they're not making them before 3:30, you're probably not making a move. Because if you weren't determined to make it right before the deadline, you're not going to make it. Trying to think of what else. You think it all goes down at 4 p.m.? I think there could be some trades a little bit before or after. 311 right or 312 right now. It just changed. Let me see. Any other question? Any specific players you guys want to know about who's been interested? Because I could talk about specific players. I don't like talking teams. Teams is way too broad. If we're talking about players, that's another thing. Players I can kind of narrow down a little bit more. So if you have questions about players, if you have questions even about coaches who might be fired, players who might be cut, that's another thing. Le'Veon I talked about earlier. Texans have interest. Any news on AJ Green? Teams have been asking, but Bengals are not likely to move on the only players they're going to be willing to move from is Preston Brown and Cordy Glenn. Those are the two that are most likely to be moved, and Tyler Eifert. What happened with the Bucs listening and suddenly not on OJ? They were talking to some teams. The asking price is too asinine, so teams backed off. So he's not likely to be moved. Now we're going to start seeing a lot of players being taken off the block, not likely to be traded, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. Just a lot of players that are going to get taken off the market. Who called the Eagles about Vaitai? Vaitai has probably been the player that's gotten the most calls for offensive line. He's a swing tackle. He's had some starting time with the Eagles, so he has some experience, like in the NFL, not just backing up, but starting in their Super Bowl season. So yeah, I might have to get a drink. I don't think I have any drinks in my refrigerator though. It's gonna be a long day. But let's see what else. Any insider on what Dallas has offered for Adams, if they offered anything yet? What I've heard is 2 first-rounders. They want a first-rounder plus. They want more than what Minkah Fitzpatrick got with the Dolphins. Wow. Baseball news. Kyle Seager is going to be a free agent. Oh, no, Ryan Healy, sorry. And Keon Broxton, former Brewer, because I am a Brewers fan. Yeah, let me think of other people. I'll be on this until the deadline ends. So stick with us, or me. New pitching coach for the Phillies, Larry Rothschild. Thank you. Appreciate your work. Thank you, pals. Make sure you like, subscribe, retweet, Google Chrome, whatever it is. Think Heater gets $20 million a year on his new deal. I think the Brewers are going to trade him. It's just my opinion. Let's take a gander at Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson right now is 383 rushing yards, and he's missed games this year. That's the thing. Has he missed games? No, he hasn't missed a game. There are other people in there that missed a game. I think he missed one so far. But still, if he played in that game, he'd have like 450, and he'd be in the top 17 in rushing yards and probably close to the top 10 if he played another game. The Lions have inquired about Jamal Adams. I haven't heard about them inquiring about him. I know multiple NFC teams have inquired about him. That's been the more likely side he'd go to is the NFC. Man. So the Patriots did some tryouts at kicker. They tried out Kai Forbath, Blair Walsh, Elliott Fry, Matthew Wright, and Josh Gable. They also worked out Greg Joseph, Giorgio Tavecchio. So the Patriots will be making a kicker move. Maybe they trade back for Vinatieri. Who knows? Does anyone know when the trade deadline's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? I'm on the Eastern side. I live in Connecticut. So, so my Chiefs get to it. No, the Chiefs have less than an hour because you're an hour behind. 30 viewers. We had over 1,000 last night on my live stream. Yeah, they got it less than 45 minutes. You're from Bethel, Connecticut. Dope. It's 1 p.m. your time. All right. I don't think Jamal gets traded. I think if he does, it would be to the Cowboys. I already talked about that last night. But no one really seemed to really care about that. See what's going on here. Let's go. Yeah, I think if anything, Jamal will go to the Cowboys. Other than that, I would say another team that needs a safety, maybe the Chargers, depending on how long Derwin James and Adrian Phillips are out for. That's another team, I think, depending on what they want to do with buying and selling and that type of thing. But let me go into the bag of tricks here. Another team needing a safety. I don't know. Maybe the Texans go out, grab a safety. Maybe the 49ers looking to add to their secondary. The Packers, I don't know. I'm just naming teams that are in playoff contention that might look to add to already good defenses. Maybe Seattle, they could add another safety. Maybe the Rams, now that they have open money and stuff like that. But other than that, there's not too many teams in the safety market. So I can't really give you more teams than the Cowboys right now looking for. Chiefs don't really need a safety, though. Let's see what's going on here. 40 minutes till the deadline. That's it, though. Let's see what's going on in the old Twitter. Chiefs just put Sammy Watkins on the trading block. You think? No. Sammy Watkins not on the trading block. There's no way that they trade a receiver. Yeah. Sammy Watkins is not on the trading block. There's no way. Boy, this trade deadline has been a dud. I'll tell you that. If those trades didn't happen a couple weeks ago, it was 31 viewers. I can't talk about much right now because there's nothing happening. So I mean, the Cowboys, man, they're looking. Man, this is just tough. There's nothing happening. Updates have stopped. All the big names have stopped tweeting. Literally everything is just at a standstill. Man, this is tough. What made me be a Charger fan? I don't know, man. Hang on, I gotta stand up real quick. Fix my sweatpants. I don't know. I've always been a Charger fan. There's our report up on the TV. You think the Bucks use OJ more down the stretch this season? I don't think so. Them not trading him is not going to change much, to be honest. It'll still be the same. You think a fully healthy Chiefs team can beat the Pats? I said last night the Chiefs are not going to beat the Patriots. Not the same team as last year. Not at all. For some reason, they added more, but they just don't look as good for some reason. I don't know why. The Chiefs have been very inconsistent, haven't been that great this season. A lot of close games. In some games, they had one or two quarters kind of bail them out for the rest of the game, but they haven't shown consistency to be good this season. Chris Harris, he was heating up for a little bit. His market was hot like a half hour ago. I was getting all these things. Watch out for Chris Harris. There are teams, they're calling the Broncos and everything like that. Then nothing. Everything has just died. All these big names have just stopped tweeting. Now it's kind of just people waiting to see once a trade goes off. I think we're in the period that the news about the teams talking came out. Talks kept going and asking prices came out, and now we're in the spot where teams are kind of wrapping up their trades, getting things done, and they'll be released before the deadline. I think that's kind of the timeline we're in right now. We're in that flux period of teams have talked, set their asking prices, and are now talking and wrapping up their talks. So I think they might be done. Almost on 3:23. About a half hour left. Sammy isn't on the trading yet. Sammy's not on the trading block. This is the problem where people used to say I made up things and then they were right, and then they said I guessed and I was right. That's when we had like 100 followers, because I've been right on a lot of these things for months. So a lot of these people, some of you people have not been with Open Table Sports for a long time, and I would get all this stuff for a while, and I just which teams are interested in AB. I didn't get names of teams. All I had was that teams were interested right off the bat. I heard about 3 teams have been talking to him and his agent, but they wanted to wait till after the deadline. Do I see Tyler Eifert being traded? I say yes to the Seahawks or the Patriots. You think the Patriots have interest in bringing him back? Maybe, but I think I got another update coming. The Jets and the Cowboys have still been talking. As of now, it isn't likely New York moves Adams. Their asking price is just way too high as of now. But that is where we're at. So it's not likely he gets moved unless something kind of wows, wows the Jets. The Jaguars are placing Marquise Lee on injured reserve. But Jaguars are another team. They've been in the market for a tight end as well. So maybe Eifert can go there. I don't know. They haven't seemed like buyers. But I said before my sleeper team for AJ Green would be the Saints. I said that last night. They were a team to watch out for to kind of sneak in and get him. Oh. Trent Williams not likely to be moved as well. That's That's tough. Tell your mom to stop texting. Yeah, okay. Man, this has been a very deadline. I'm at all this. Yeah, there have been talks. It's not just the Packers. It's it's a lot of teams that it's basically every team. Um, I'm actually reading news and getting news. I'm not looking at nudes. But yeah, a lot of teams that have been talking, who have been active, haven't made moves. The only teams that have made moves are kind of just bullshit trades. Aqib Talib getting traded. It's kind of a bullshit trade. Didn't really mean anything. Jannard Avery getting traded. Let's see here. 2019. Packers should add O-line, trade for Cordy Glenn. That could be another thing as well. I would send you right. Lost season for N'Keal Harry. He'll be back soon. N'Keal Harry. Packers are going to get him back. So which sport do you think is the best trade deadline? It just depends. It depends on a lot of things. What names are up for grabs? Who's a free agent? Jannard Avery, that was a throwaway trade. Kenyon Drake to the Cardinals, throwaway trade. Leonard Williams to the Giants, not that big of a trade. So it's really, but you got to keep looking at the Saints. Jaguars are still open for a wide receiver. They might play spoilers. Michael Bennett to the Cowboys was a throwaway trade. But yeah, as I tweeted out a couple days ago, Diggs to the Seahawks was kind of a throwaway. Sanders was a big trade. Sanu was an trade. Vic Beasley's still in the market, so you got to watch out for him. Pat Pete is not likely to be traded. Tampa Bay is not trading OJ Howard. Marcus Peters of Baltimore was kind of big. Austin Corbett to the Rams, that was Bengals are probably not going to give up AJ Green, but if I tweeted out a couple days ago, that there's some teams willing to play spoilers and pick up. Raiders are in that category. Jaguars, they've been another team to watch out for. Cardinals, they've been looking to buy some players as well. Wall trading away some. Patrick Pete to KC. Lost season for N'Keal Harry. No, N'Keal Harry's coming back. It's not lost, so they're going to have Harry, Sanu, Edelman, Dorsett. It's going to be a nice offense. I think they just need a tight end. I think what the Patriots need to do is get Tyler Eifert. That's the move. teams haven't been willing to budge on their asking prices. It's been pretty much the same. Teams haven't been willing to go down. Andre Iguodala. Any other questions about players? Most try to ask about players that haven't been asked yet in the chat, or even just teams, because I still have a lot of info that people haven't asked about. Any inside linebacker on the trade block? Hybrid safety linebacker, Deion Jones. He was getting calls. Levante David, Preston Brown, Alec Ogletree. Those have been the top linebackers. Something in my eye. Green Bay Packers, another Packers question. They don't seem likely to make a move. If they do, it's going to be for a defensive lineman. If I had to say a trade for them, it would be for Derek Wolfe from the Broncos. You think the Ravens will make a move? If anything, they'll be looking for a pass rusher. I know they want Ryan Kerrigan from the Redskins. Maybe they go for Derek Wolfe. They've been linked to him as well. So have the Colts. Browns don't have to do anything besides offensive line. They've been getting calls on their wide receiver, Rashard Higgins, and TJ Carey, their safety. On the defensive side, other than that, running back, they're fine. Tight end, fine. Wide receiver, fine. Offensive line, they've obviously been looking for. Other than that, maybe another outside linebacker or just linebacker in general, they could probably look for. Other than that, we're now 25 minutes from the deadline. We'll go back to this. Let me hear some of your predictions. Where do you guys think people go? I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts, and I'll react to those. What are your X factor people to get traded? Things of that nature. Oh, man. This has been a dud of a deadline. Let's see. Another update coming. 3, 2, giddy up. The Jets wanted a second rounder for wide receiver Robbie Anderson. The Packers are now out. Eligible. So the best offer the Jets have gotten for wide receiver Robbie Anderson is a 4th rounder. Not too good. Other than that, so Robbie Anderson probably not likely to get moved now. They've been looking for about a second rounder for him. Hang on, I got to tweet this out. Sorry, I got to do the Twitter first. Teams are asking just way too much for players. It's showing, man. It's showing, man. I'm telling you. I don't think someone's screaming outside my house. Idiots. We're 20 minutes away and nothing's happening. If nothing's happening in the next 10, we're done. Jets want a day 2 pick for that wide receiver. Shake my head. Good thing the Lions, though. Bro, the Jets want a second. Yep. You was right. Price right. What did I say last night? I said last night, make sure you guys add us. If you guys hear anything that I've already said days ago, add us in it. Say, hey, at Open Table Sports, we got it. We got it. Some things I'm willing to admit I didn't have because not everyone gets everything. Look at the big names. They don't get everything. Look at Adam Schefter. He gets beat out by smaller guys. It happens. Woj, he gets beat out on some NBA news. But NBA, there's only 2. There's Woj and there's Shams. That's it. But you're talking football. You got Pelissaro, Garofalo, Schefter, Rappaport, just so many people. That are in that, NFL world. You even look at hockey. Hockey has a bunch. Less than 20 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. Man, nothing's happening. Make sure you guys go follow and, like everything and whatever. Not many moves are going to be made before the deadline, guys. That's just how it's going to be. Unless something shocking happens, now all eyes are going to turn to who's going to be released, who's going to get cut, who's going to get, waived, all that stuff. Oh, tired, man. I did that 2-hour live stream last night. If you guys want to go back, I had some other inside info. A lot of that is not useful now because nothing is happening. 15 minutes till the deadline. Since the deadline has been a dud, off-topic question: favorite horror movie in the spirit of Halloween? Insidious. You're right. Prices are out of hand. Does everyone here follow Open Table Sports? Does everyone have the tweet notifications on? Does everyone? Prices will not drop if they're not going to drop 30-hour, 2 hours, 3 hours before. They're not going to go down 10 minutes before. But yeah, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can. I mean, let me see what percentage. I'm at 55. We were riding high. So I'll be good till after the deadline. Because the Patriots likely intentionally tanked the market. Second year Sanu. The reason they got a second for Sanu. This guy just said, these accounts tweet every rumor known to man, then they say this shit. Okay. Just because teams are talking doesn't mean a trade's going to get done. And are we the only account tweeting rumors? No. We report when teams are talking. Man, this has been a dud. Dude, these people are such idiots. I've never seen a trade deadline this quiet. It has literally just been People are idiots. Nothing happening. There's going to be nothing to talk about. Nothing. Stuff that I've already talked about before, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. Any other questions before this whole thing ends? We got less than 10 minutes. Eight minutes left. Stay with me on this. See if anything happens. Another player off the market. The Broncos aren't trading cornerback Chris Harris. Six minutes left. Adams isn't going anywhere. Harris isn't going anywhere. Peterson isn't going anywhere. Doesn't look like Slay's going to go anywhere. OJ Howard's not going anywhere. This has literally been awful. I thought I was pumped to do this. I went to bed last night and I was like, man, it's going to be popping off. And the Browns are staying put. Oh my God. So now it takes the Browns out. Wow. This is probably a record. If the Ramsey and Peters and all those other trades from a few weeks ago, if those don't happen, this trade deadline is done. Even Jalen Ramsey to the Rams, not that crazy because he wanted to be out. Hopefully there are good players that get cut. 4 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. 4 minutes. So now you'll see the very last minute ones if they don't, The Redskins will not be trading offensive tackle Trent Williams, another player off the board. Man. Jamal Adams will not be traded as well. What? 2 minutes left. Nothing. Well, at least I can just relax and not have to talk too much about things that happen. I could see Jenkins and Ogletree getting cut. I don't know. Usually you see veteran players that are on the trading block get cut. Usually you see that type of thing. Whenever there's like veteran, players that get do players actually get cut after the deadline? Yeah. Players get cut because teams don't need them on the roster just because they don't want to, have to deal with them for the rest of the season and whatever. And it's basically just for tanking. Give the young guys some spots. Let's see. This is the last wave, and it is over. All right, guys, I just tweeted out thoughts on the NFL trade deadline. Go give your reactions to that on the Open Table Sports Twitter and everything like that. Yeah, so head over to Open Table Sports. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. There's really nothing else. It's 4 o'clock. Everything is done unless there are some late trades. We'll be covering it. Other than that, I'll stay here for a little bit longer. Man. NFL, NFL just showed that, they don't have what it takes. I don't know. See, the thing is, the off season was so good. Free agency was popping off. It was so good. Big names on. Man, I don't know. Any last questions before I sign off for whoever's left? Make sure you guys make sure you guys follow Open Table Sports, etc., all that jazz, as I always say. Oh, Dalton, you came back for more. That's so cute, bro. That's really cute. We actually get more than 50,000. Yesterday we did close to 400,000. So thanks for that one, Dalton. Maybe you can get your facts straight and then come talk. No, people are always, dude, it's so stupid. People say, oh, you got 30. It's like, dude, he doesn't even know the analytics of it, and he's just going to keep crying. He's going to hide behind a car profile pic, and he's going to keep shitting on people for no reason because his life sucks. That's just how it goes. People are just gonna be mad because their team didn't make a move, or people are gonna be mad just because, people are gonna be mad. Oh, you don't have any views. Okay, cool. I don't care. I enjoy doing this. If I have 1 view or 1,000,000 views, it doesn't change my passion for sports and covering it. I do it as a job. I also do it as a hobby. This isn't even my main job right here. I do other things as well. This isn't my main thing. This is just a side thing that I started. This is the first thing I made when I became a sports journalist, just to inform people on what I hear. This isn't the main thing. Oh, you don't sound like you're enjoying it, right? Dude, I'm not enjoying it. I'm literally sitting in my sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt in my room. What do you think? I'm supposed to be ecstatic about this? The trade deadline sucked. The Chargers did nothing. No one did anything. Am I supposed to be excited? No. This isn't a radio show like I usually do. This isn't a podcast. This is me sitting in front informing you guys about what has happened. This isn't supposed to be some, hi, welcome to the Open Table Sports Show today. It's not a podcast, dude. So go home and cry and hide behind your car profile pic and keep crying about it. I don't care if you comment and do stuff. It really doesn't matter. I'll keep informing people and doing what I do. You hating on it is not going to change anything. So if you want to keep crying about it, dude. I can really care less. That's just how it goes. Everyone gets it. It's fine. You sound like you care. I don't care, dude. To be honest, I'm going to keep going about my day. What do you think? I'm going to stand like, oh, Dalton Nuring or whatever, his Chevrolet, profile pic. Oh, I'm big mad about him. I don't really care, dude. This is a hobby. Open Table Sports is my hobby. It's a side thing. So have fun with that. Keep telling me how much you don't care. Okay, cool. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining. It's this right here. All right. So I deleted him. All right. Thank you, everyone. Make sure you follow Open Table Sports. Any more questions at me on Open Table Sports? Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Au revoir, everyone.